So hello and welcome to the grand final of Squad Masters. I'm your caster TheWeirdMadac and I'm here with JGango. Say hello, JGango.
Hey, how's everyone doing today?
We're going to try and hopefully do a bit of a co-cast, getting a couple of camera views in. We've had some technical difficulties. I mean, it's Squad, so that's kind of what you expect. So we haven't got as much time as we would normally to go through the pre-match and the map. But I still think it's worthwhile having a wee chat about the teams that we're playing today. So we've got Raven and Mumblerines. So what are you expecting out of the grand final today here, JGango?
I'm expecting a really tough fought battle over Oru Village being the middle cap of Narva ASV2. I also expect Mumbles Vix to beat Raven, but Raven might be better in terms of their infantry play. We'll have to see how it plays out throughout the first round and see if the predictions come true or if we're wrong and, in round two, it changes.
Yeah, of course. Everyone's kind of expecting this to be a really great match, a kind of good, showy match, let's say, where we're seeing the best of Squad and what it can bring to the table. I think, like you said, we're going to see an awful lot of fighting around Oru Village, but I wouldn't give up. Obviously, this layer doesn't have train station, but everybody knows Narva. Everybody knows that area around train station is really important. And of course, as you head towards British Main, if you can get some squads in or around gas station, you can really stop that kind of wide flanks around Oru, and you can prevent a lot of the teams from getting that kind of wide base, which ultimately is what you're looking to do when you're controlling the flags, preventing the overall map pressure. The other thing that I think will be interesting is how the Russians deal with the lack of routes out of Maine. So we all know about Narva. One of the most frustrating things about Narva is that you are stuck to 4 crossings over that river. And there's not very much you can do about it other than using one of those bridges, trying to make sure that you have total control. Obviously, the one in the furthest south is the one that is the easiest to defend. But the teams will be relying on their lodges getting back and forth through this, through Maine, make sure they get enough ammo. Both of these teams throughout the whole tournament have used a lot of mortars. So I expect logi runs to be important in this final.
Yeah, and like you said, the Russians have sort of a disadvantage not being able to leave Maine as easily with those bridges. But it's going to be on them to make sure that sappers don't get behind and with LPVVs just drop mines on all these bridges blocking their exits from Maine. Because if that happens, then they're going to be in a lot of trouble. They're going to have to really potentially scan the bridges before they even leave. Yeah.
Yeah, and talking about the VIX, this is one of the maps where we're actually seeing, is it the 40 mil warrior, and is there a scimitar as well that's in this versus a couple of BTRs and a BMP? Is that right?
Yes,
on the big
it is.
balance? So
yep.
I mean, it's actually a really interesting Vic playoff, and hopefully if we can get Django's cam to work properly, he'll make sure we're keeping up to date on how the Vics are playing out. But it's that chicken and egg where there's not huge lines of sight across Narva once you get in close, but there's an awful lot of tall buildings, which is perfect for the infantry to ambush your vehicles. So you really want to be staying on the edges of the vehicles, but if you do, then you are in these kind of long lanes of line of sight for BMPs or 40 mils to really take some damage. So down that kind of main street is obviously a really big potential place to get some shots off. On the south side over Quarry, there's some nice hills which can control that lane, and then obviously you've got that play around the north where you've got a couple of places which can control some areas. So it'll be interesting to see how the Vics play off one another and whether or not either Mumbles or Raven can get that slight advantage in the Vix. Russia, I think, in this case, probably at a big disadvantage in terms of their firepower, but the 30 mils are going to be much more maneuverable, much more able and willing, maybe, to get in on that close quarter fights in and around the buildings, circling and wolfpacking, rather than a British scimitar or bulldog or whatever it is that they're doing, something with tracks going in. That's slow, not as maneuverable, not as easy to get out of a sticky situation. So they need to be advancing behind their infantry line and really be sure, it's ready to go. So I think we're pretty close to getting started here, Django. Let me just have a quick look.
They're just checking if teams are ready right now, and then we'll be swapping over, it looks like. And we'll be ready to go.
Have a quick look at... I think your camera is working, Django.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I just saw it moving around, so that's... We had a bit of a panic, myself and Django, earlier on. We'd managed to do some testing. Everything was working right up until about 4 minutes to game time. And
please sub to Maddox so he can get a non-potato PC.
I know.
Thank you.
We have all of these great ideas, and we want it to work so well, but my PC is just not quite happening. In reality, these people that have got the extra, their streaming setup with a streaming PC that's probably got more cores than my actual gaming PC, so it's painful, but we'll just have to see how we go. So what's happening on that?
I may have made a boo-boo and accidentally swapped you by accident, but it's fine.
That's okay, right, okay. That confused me for a minute. Let's talk a little bit about the Raven and Mumblerines, their route through to the final. So, Mumblerines getting through their group was a pretty easy group for them. They won every game, kind of 300 odd tickets. And then as they get through the quarters and through to the semis, it was I wouldn't ever say that it was super close, but it was interesting matches. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, you can say that. That's a way to describe it. Definitely.
And their scoreboard, looking back, still pretty solid win versus Blacklist, just kind of walking through them. In that game, you saw the width of Mumblerines, but also they were, even when winning, they were relatively static, which I found interesting. So Mumblerines are very good at map control. They hold the areas, they hold the advance, and then they kind of probe and push around you until they find a weak spot, and then exploit that, really in quite a big way to get behind you and cause some damage, and then they push their whole line forward. So really kind of disciplined map control is kind of how you would describe it.
Yeah, and they also go for the fobs and go for the spawn points, which will cut off the supply line for you guys spawning in and going to the flags that they're pushing, which helps a lot as well.
Yeah. Normally before you get that the Mumblerines are about to have a big line attack because your fob's just gone down. And as soon as your fob's gone down and it's disappeared, all of a sudden you're then pushed on the other side. Raven, on the other hand, how would you describe their kind of style of play, Django?
I think they're a bit aggressive. So they like to do these pushes, do these rushes, and they also have that little bit of them which can play defensive, can be a little more static, like Mumblerines. In terms of Vix, I sort of expect Raven to actually win in Vix, but I'm not too sure about their infantry. I think Mumbles can potentially outshoot them today, and that could be a big part of the match and the overall victor in the end.
Okay, so let's jump into game here.
Maddox, you. Oh, never mind.
I'll squad lead for you.
I was gonna say.
I'll squad lead.
I have my own squad. I think we're good.
Okay.
Okay. I'll head over to the Russian main. You'll head over to the British main. We're going to be listening to British comms, both of us. And it's going to be Mumbles starting off as Brits as well, and Raven starting off on the Russian team.
So you can see the Mumbles set up immediately into the LPPV. They've got quite a lot in there. That looks like it's going to be some kind of mobile hot drop playing off a rally. Beefed and Karma taking up the warrior. The Scimitar is just one-manned, it looks like at the moment. I wonder if are they missing somebody? No, they're not. So that must be a proper call. The other LPPV also fully manned, so that's going to be dropping out, and then lighter on the Lodgies. Got quite a lot of relatively large infantry squads from the Mumblerines, sitting at kind of 6 to 8 man infantry, and then these smaller squads in the LPPVs sitting around the 4 or 5s. I'm not seeing any sappers. Oh no, Keith's one on the command squad. What about on the Russian side, Django?
So Raven, they're also going with some larger squads. They have their smaller Vic squads, and then looks like a few of their squads are just Vics and gonna be moving around trying to get rallies behind Mumblerines, maybe even some fobs. But they're taking all 3 Lodgies. They're taking the BTR, which they stockpiled with infantry, and then they stockpiled the other 30 mil as well. And they're taking the Tiger, which has a 3-man in it. So I expect the Tiger to sort of get potentially maybe around, or go for a little rush on hospital and try and wipe any Lodgies going down that main road, maybe.
Yeah, so you can start to see the map getting filled up with some pings and various different bits and pieces. 5 seconds till we get started on this grand final. Squadmaster Season 1, Mumblerines versus Raven. And we are go. Let's try and spot who we're going to go. 2 Lodgies heading out the south side with the 1-man Scimitar. LPPV heading out on the south as well. They're splitting off with the 40 mil on the top side, LPPV, and 1 fully stocked Logi on the northern road.
It looks for Russian side. They're all going across the wooden bridge right outside of Russian main with the 30 mils and with the Tiger as well. One of the Lodgies is splitting off towards power, so they're going to probably drop 1 guy off there and then push towards Knappy and get a fob down on the south for a bit of stability in the initial rollouts here.
So
we also have, looks like Raven is going for the jump right now. They're going for a jump over towards Geneva right now, and they perform it. They hit a tree though, and it's bad luck for them, as they're gonna be.
Wonder if they're gonna get spotted here by Enjoy.
Ooh. Maybe.
Jeez, that was a nice turn.
They're dropping the fob on Geneva for initial sort of setup, and both 30s are on the train tracks right now, pushing towards Oru village.
So they're it does look like Mumbles have called out on the north side of on the south of Geneva. They're Enjoy bringing his LPPV right on top of the 30 mil and of the full squad that's going. Oru village looks like there's quite a lot of stuff happening around there as well.
Yep. Mumblerines are being pushed right now on the LPPV. Warcry, Luda getting naded. Mean Cookie has to be careful, and Rally may go down by bridge for a Raven here. Full Metal stopped Mean Dark Cookie's rally, and you have more Raven pushing in right now to the southwest.
Raven making a big push into Oru. They've managed to get down their hab already on the eastern side of Oru. The Mumblerines hab in the normal place. Thermal takes a lat shot to the south and is now pushing up on this LPPV. ID, wow. gets shot. Toe comes out. Didn't, or maybe that was just hack kit. Definitely no damage onto the 30 mils. LPBV gets spotted and is destroyed. They're trying to get away.
Looks like Raven lost their rally by the bridge, by train bridge here, and Mumbles don't have a rally themselves as Dark Cookie blocked again by Raven. So they're going to have to go for the revives and try and get one down here if they want.
Let's just watch that in play. Oh no, actually, your cam is like 10 whole minutes behind where it's meant to be, Django, unfortunately.
Is it really?
I might just have to reset it. Sunny Dot has really taken some damage. Beta already going down. They're trying to set it up. So that's Ryan the Mumbling using the scimitar to great effect there on the 30 mils. Both of Beta and Sunny Dot are dead. 30 mil is now left and smoking. Enrage trying to get devoted out. Did that actually go through or did they miss?
I have no clue.
It looked like that just went straight through that 30 mil, that shot from, was it IDWOW or Marsnick?
It might have gone under, to
just
be honest.
Underneath it?
I'm not sure. Maybe.
So let's have a quick look at Oru. Obviously, as the middle cap, let's clean up my Bob radii slightly. Mumblerines just controlling around Oru on the west side. They've got a good line on the go, fighting up against Cynico and the MR squad that have joined Raven this round. So a few friends from previous experiences. You might have seen them in AF before, playing together. So Mumblerines just looking to make some ground up against the Raven fob. Let's have a quick look as we go towards Old Hostel.
You also have Raven wrapping around Old Hospital right now. They obviously didn't find the radio, but they're pushing for the hab. You have Kerma and Bilbo coming in Han Solo cups, which is Jack took out Kerma, and Bilbo just trying to peek right now and takes out Jack himself. But they run right past the radio. And I'm surprised they didn't hear it as they went past.
They might have called it, but they've got some damage on there. So Raven now have managed to control around the west of. They're controlling the west of Train and are now starting to push up towards Old Hospital. And let's have a quick look back at Oru. A lot of Mumblerines around Oru village. The Raven line just starting to collapse here as they get pushed in. Going to be some Poog coming in for the hab. Managing to get over. One guy close to the hab now. Goes down to Tim, who trades out. But they know that the hab's there. And you can see the Mumblerines line, actually. Just look at them pushing as a oneer down this road.
I mean, they're just spread out. They're working together, and they're almost working in pairs as well.
You've also got Nordic and Fredo up on this north side, playing off of the rally on the train tracks to really great effect here. They're going to get in behind, killing down Soul. Nordic takes down Soul, which lets Enjoy and Grucho push up now. Enjoy goes down to Dimitrum, and then Peach looking to control this northern edge now that it's a little bit exposed. Fredo's going to try and get around the back. Could be some serious there's trouble. The mortar's already coming down.
You have Varun
plenty of them dropping.
That's Raven mortars as well to the west of their hub. And they're just trying to clear out the guys that are pushing right now.
It's a little bit ineffective, unfortunately.
It's a little late. It's just a little late. If they did a little sooner, maybe they could have gotten them. But it's just they needed to do it a little bit earlier
this
there.
Oru village hab is going to go down relatively soon unless Raven can do something about pushing out. The mortar's now used to good effect, but look at the Mumbles push here. So you've got your supporting vehicles, you've got a big push through the gap, and you're now controlling on this north edge as well. All of a sudden, Raven are contained to just one compound.
The hab is blocked right now on Oru. You have Rob and Hello blocking it from the west across the road.
Let's have a quick look on the north side. So Raven's still committing to pushing up on this northern edge, getting a full squad of Mister and I think it's a half squad of Raven pushing up towards Old Hospital, but they just can't make it past the crossroads. Nothing else really. You've got Kerma's squad up on the top there, managing to get in and behind. I think they're looking for the radio, expecting it to be the north edge of that road, but it's not landing. Mortars just
shooting us. Please stop.
The mortars are just controlling around. The Nordic calling out that the mortars are hitting, expecting them to have been Mumble's mortars, but actually it's Raven that's dropping mortars nearby their hab, just trying to prevent them pushing any closer to the hab in Tall. Vehicles moving around. Quick look here. Gonna quickly reset your stream here, Django, to see if I can get it to catch up lightly. So apologies in advance.
Haven't really seen much Vic play. The Vics have been mainly just sitting back and trying to pick off what they can. It's basically been like, and you still have that Raven squad as well pushing Old Hospital, but it's sort of ineffective at this point because Mumbles are already capping Oro.
I have to say,
so they need to shift away.
I really do not like that. I really don't like that BMP placement from Raven. They're trying to just sit in that spot in between the garages, and they just can't see anything on that hold.
It's almost like they're trying to camp train tracks and Mumbles crossing towards Canepi, but it's just
not working.
It's a little too far, and they're blocked from the actual train cars and from some trees in their way.
Mumbles now all over the Raven fob on Oru. All of the Raven pressure around Oru has melted away. Mumbles now control the cap. They control the enemy hab, and this is probably that cap gone. Raven now setting up on the east side of the train tracks, just trying to hold it. And Sinico's squad. Is it Sinico's? Just setting. Is it Sinico that's reading that? Who's running that squad? Sitting just on the south of it, trying to play around Quarry to make sure that they don't get past them onto the next cap. So it's just going to be a bit of a hold here, I guess, from Raven, just looking to recover a little bit of tickets. Let's have a look at the tickets. So here we go, 60-40 on the Mumble, so a slight advantage, but the downs are almost identical. It's just the pickups here that have got the ticket difference. And it's going to be +1 cap and +1 vehicle, +1 fob. So
yeah,
not a huge advantage, but still a little bit.
It's +20 in terms of kills for Mumbles, and then like you said, it's almost the exact opposite, the exact same thing for revives as well. So like you said, it's this they're getting those pickups and they're working a little bit more closely together.
Why is that popping? Yeah, okay.
What happened?
Apparently I didn't.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I've just got the bug where it like did the mark. I'm just having a look at the scimitar, which Ryan the Mumbling, even though it is in one manning, the fact that he was able to get on that high ground and take out one of the 30 mils means that he's been able to sit on the sit on that hill and try and control it. And you can see Devoted and Enrage they recognize and they know where it is, but they're sitting in a really passive spot here. And had they just been a little bit faster off the mark, maybe not spent so much time camping in the camping in amongst the garages, they would have been able to get up there and get some real damage, maybe take a vehicle kill back.
towards the mortars.
Whereabouts is the 40 mil?
Okay, we'll bleed.
It looks like Mumbles are dinging down their radio right now on Old Hospital. They're gonna just save the tickets right now and then push off potentially. Looks like that's what they're doing.
Yeah, it's
Right.
really sensible play. They know that there's some Raven players that have been able to push in and around the hab. They don't want to lose those 10 tickets. They know that they have plenty of spawns nearby on the actual objective. But this is just a fight over nothing here from Raven. They're committing tickets when they really don't need to.
Yeah, Keith takes out one. Stormtrooper takes Keith out though in return. And Stormtrooper is going to get the revive with Rhett coming in as well on Hospital. So radio down on Hospital, Mumble saving the tickets, digging it up themselves, and then the fight now on Oru. The fight can be on Oru this whole time.
It'd be interesting to see if Kerma's squad, if they keep fighting around that north side, they need to push all the way down.
It's sort of like they're wasting tickets at fighting there. It's just not worth it.
Well, they do have some kills up there, so they just need to control it. Despair's squad sitting on the south here, now trying to play through Quarry, going to come up against Handy, Meat Machine, and Luda that are going to be playing off this south edge. Quite a lot of downs kicking around inside Oru, so it looks like the good positions around Canopy are there. You can see Jeep in the distance, the MG player just probably taking up a great position. Fazu trying to get over the wall, gonna find
You
a
have
couple of mumbles.
BMP verse is the 40 mil here
Whereabouts? Where's here?
on
JGango?
Oru Village. So
Can you replace the fort?
Raven, what's in good spot? They hit him once, it looks like, but they just couldn't get anything else, and they're gonna. Oh shit! No, they died. So Enraged and Devoted died to the 40 mil. 40 mil peaked, and what a nice play.
Let's see if we can.
They were hidden amongst the trees here and
See if we can catch that on your stream.
blended
if that's
in.
Running? No, unfortunately not.
I missed it on my
Oh, did
stream.
you? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Is my stream still not working?
It's kind of fits and bursts, unfortunately.
They're pushing into Oru from
Yeah.
southeast.
Sad. Sad times.
Sad, sad times. Despair squad running into quite a few mumbles. Actually, Peas and Varys, the only ones to control it on the south.
We actually
Going
have
down to-
Bruma, Tim, and Liller moving into order right now. They're getting in the cap. And then you have Mirasis, who might get actually wiped by Liller if he goes up the stairs here. On the set side of Oro
I'm
here.
not sure if that was the guy shooting at me.
Oh my god, he's on me.
Where was he on me, Bucky?
On me.
Oh, there's plenty of on-me calls there from the mumbles.
Yeah.
Plan B managed to get some nice kills in the refrags. Let's have a quick
Now
look.
you
at-
have
Oh, we're taking it down.
now you have sort of Raven gaining control of the east side of Oru, and Mumbles trying to hold him off on the south as well. Plan B pushing and actually loses a fight versus Corporal Pro.
Roger.
What a low battle there.
Ravens managed to get inside on the east. Tim's gonna end up getting spotted. Takes down Whoopi, lies on the ground. Rob just gets
Mumbles.
on top of him, which takes him down. Goes down to Burma. So that's some good refrag there. Good comms from Tim to get Rob down. That wins them a couple of tickets. Burma will get the pickup for that nice and easily. There's very little of Mumbles inside the cap, and the mortars now preventing them moving from their fall back into cap range.
Mumbles are also running with only one hab right now. They dug down the hab on Oil Refinery to the southwest of Oru Village, and they need to get potentially something up either behind Raven or just something so they can flank Raven's positioning.
So
Raven
let's just
coming up on the
let's just have a quick look here at the map. Let's just run on the stream for a wee second. So now that there's only one FOB for Mumbles, you can actually see that because they didn't deal with the Raven rallies up at Old Hostel, they just lost the fob and dug it down to save the tickets. Raven's actually now wrapping around the north, heading towards gas station, and instead they're managing to hold on the south, which is what they're kind of, a lot of the Mumbles are getting drawn off of the Oro village. Now you can see a kind of 2 to 3 pronged attack getting pushed onto Oro village from the northeast, and if Mumbles don't manage to get themselves another fob up soon, they could find themselves fighting on 2, maybe 3 sides really quickly inside the Oro cap, which could be quite dangerous.
Look at the kills for a second. You have 87 to 80, so we're even catching up. Only 6 down. Before they were 20 down, right? It was plus 20 in favor of Mumbles.
Yep.
Now they're only, now it's plus 2 only for Mumbles. 39 revives, 261, so Mumbles still getting more revives, but Raven catching up in kills right now.
Yep.
Getting more incaps.
Well, they're just getting the incaps, aren't they? And even though there's a revive difference on the Mumbles, the incaps are definitely better on the Raven side. And now, just look at those reds. That red wave on the northeast side. Mortars making some serious damage sitting around the Mumbles have.
Potentially get a reset fob up by Old Hospital. Otherwise, once they lose the Oro fob, if they do, then it could be potentially a roll. Or even just being pushed back all the way to Barracks.
Highly doubt a roll. P's managing to get pretty close to Despair's rally here. Goes down to Despair though, even though he had the first shot on him. Mercenary going to come up against Luda and Hello, but I think this should be a relatively safe hold here for the Raven squads. I just want to have a quick look at what's happening around the back here. LT manages to get his rally through, but look at the rally placement here from Dark Cookie and Moonpie. He's set up with, what is this, an LPPV that's kicking around here?
You have Nordic calling out he's going to lose Oro Village. They need to reset on Hospital. So they're reading the map well based off of what's happening, and they just need to reset right now. And
I don't think they're going to lose this soon. I mean, they've definitely got.
I think they might. Raven is pushing in hard on these. The hab is getting mortared, so all the exits are just being basically. It's
if they can keep the mortars up. But remember, that 40 mil kicking about inside the cap is holding a huge swathe of the lanes around Oro Village. They do need to get out, and if they can get out and get some rallies, that's all they need.
Nordic got out. Nordic pushing down south right now. May actually get.
Look at this as well,
guys.
We've rotated the. Oh, is the cap? The cap's going down. Oro Village cap is going down.
Look to the east right now of Shipping Yard, of Raven Shipping Yard fob. You have Dark Cookie, you have MB, you have Jack pushing their right now, going for those mortar tubes. So if they get them off those tubes, then that's going to be a big play for Mumblerines, freeing up some of their guys to push off.
Nordic asking about the RT. They say they've only got the one fob and it's serious trouble. Those mortars doing some great job here. Still just controlling. This is some excellent mortar placement here. If you just look at where they're landing, it's right on the exits, both sides. Gonna cause some serious damage, multiple deaths inside. Incaps galore, although they're gonna be easy picks-ups. Look at the Mumbles. They've managed to control a lot of the flag now, though. They've managed to get that push back out. That's what they need. Oh, I didn't realize I still had a fucking whiteboard out. So they've managed to get out, and now they're controlling this kind of area on the south of the cap, partly from the 40 mil, controlling the area and preventing the push. Raven really now limited in terms of their ability to push back into the cap. Because you can see them on the east side, they're really struggling to get past Mirasis and Handy. And then on the north, it's just not getting close enough to the hab. You can see some pushes back up to the north. It'd be interesting to see, do Mumbles, do they overcommit here and decide that they really have to get pushing back? Or do they really want a big push on Canopy, because that's the other way of doing it. If they get round the back of Canopy, go on the south of Quarry, put up another hab, and then just get some people at that south edge of Canopy, that could be really, really bad. Poog sitting in and amongst a whole squad here. MR must have heard him. No, Dimitrin's looking for the revive. Poog, is he gonna come round? Is he gonna come round? Looking, shooting at Inge.
Poog actually might
drops Inge.
Not. If they wipe,
Trades out.
Poog wiped
Trades
those
out.
guys,
Yeah, trades out. Frito
then
looking
they
for the
would
revives
have
though.
had. If Poog wiped those two, then they would have had this east side under control again from Mumbles. So Raven struggling to push off the rally now. It looked like it's being camped potentially, or the road's being camped by ID Wow. So ID Wow controlling the road just west of the train tracks and picking off the Ravens. You have Luller, you have Sunidot, have guys down right now.
So you've got an awful lot of the Mumbles that are out and about, but they are just all sitting in a field, not on cap. I'm not entirely certain what's happening here. So you've got Raven
231, you 166 in terms of tickets.
Yeah, so even though Raven has now started to gain some map pressure, it's not translated into a ticket advantage as of yet. And that's with the kills now swinging into Raven's favor. So they were 20 down in terms of the overall kills to death, and now it's going back to pretty close to the same.
Yeah,
Nordic.
Sicily, Fazu, and Plan B pushing on the northwest now of Uru Village.
I'll do it myself.
Nordic
Sicily.
Nordic
Inside
already
JGango.
calling out. Nordic already calling out that he's needing backup fobs. And you've got a full Mumble squad now pushing on the north side. Sicily doing some work. Plan B doing some work on this northern edge.
Mumbles has a Logi by Quarry. I thought they were going to drop one right there. Looks like Luda is dropping a fob by Quarry. It's just, he's still inside the range of the Uru Village fob right now. And he's not paying attention to that. He's just on the edge.
Norwegian Andy trying to drop a frag rocket into a wall? No, on top of Sicily, I think, but Sicily is now on a building and is just holding an angle. It's a bit
There
of
we go. Luda dropped a hab, dropped a radio on the south of Uru. But, I mean, he's got Raven guys right next to him, so it's going to be interesting if they can get this hab up in time.
This could be really bad news here for Raven if they're very heavily committing on that flank. In fact, what's happening to the radio up here on Oru? Is Fidelis digging it down? No, it's just being damaged from mortars. So nobody can
They're
spawn.
getting some lucky shots then.
Nobody can spawn. Fidelis doesn't have. He doesn't have a shovel. They need somebody else to get back there. This is a great push from Raven if they can get in. Now, if you have
16-3 in Sinico there. They didn't wipe the rally though to south. You need to go like Northwest Fields and wipe their rallies.
If you just have a quick look at the overall map though, if this hab does come up and you get a Mumble mass spawn and push to Canopy, you might just get a trade and then go onto a double neutral. But it's a double neutral where it looks like Mumbles would only have a single hab. This hab is coming up now, so expect a big spawn here.
There's another fob that looks like Mumbles are stretching towards the west of Train Depot right now for a push on Raven's mortar fob. And you have who's that inside? Meme Dark Cookie.
Yeah, it's their
probably seized the radio already.
Yeah, it's their rally that they've got out on that north of power plant. You've got a Raven Logi almost ran straight on top of the rally coming from power plant and has been taken out. Raven now they've done some damage, but they just can't get the last kind of 20 meters where they can get from that pressure around the outside of the cap into the cap and get some footholds. They need to get Martinek out there, they need to get Handy out of there, out of those buildings, and they need to just start controlling the lanes around Oro Village quickly, because otherwise this is just not going to work.
So Mumbles have mortars up now, and they mortared the Raven mortar tubes, and now they're mortaring the fob by Train Depot from Raven. So Raven's going to be in trouble right now, potentially.
Dark Cookie takes out Sicily as he spawns, so they know that they're kicking about. It looks... Oh, here it goes. The call has come in for the Arty. Arty's coming in now on this west of train hab.
I'm getting a northern hab now. We get some pressure. We can attack from multiple angles.
So this could be a swing here, because now you're going to end up with just 1v1 around Canopy. There's still not a lot of Ravens sitting in the Canopy flag. Squad 2 for Raven, sitting on the north edge here. Just not... It's the Mr. Squad. They're just not able to push back across, but partly because Squad 6 has pushed back into gas station. Gas station could be a problem here. Let's have a wee look. Ranging shots should be coming down on this unfortunate Ravens very soon. Dark Cookie has gone down. Bert dropped by Nordic.
You have Nordic in a good position, and that fob north is going to allow them to wipe this radio hab over right after.
Ranging shot manages to hit Nordic. Second ranging shot hits Bilbo. So patching across here. Let's have a wee look. See whether
they're getting cross though.
I've got a cross. Team kill. Fidelis drops Nordic. Incoming
192 right now.
Incoming patch to reduce the effectiveness of Arty. Oh wait. This first squad. Oh,
Hab is now disabled because of the radio being down.
But even though it is disabled, there's a few Ravens. As long as they don't kill themselves, as long as they don't run into the Arty, there's no infantry to support that push. So LT will get along, get that duck back up, should pick pretty much everybody up. Shouldn't be a problem. Moonpie needs to be pushing in on this if he wants to make advantage. But it's just a bit of a shame to see a commander ability used. And look at all of the mumbles that are nearby. Sum total of 0. Which means that Raven just resets.
Dark Cookie and Moopy coming in. It's just a little late.
Just a little
You also
late.
have some mines going down by the Russian main right now, but Raven taking the south bridge, they're going to avoid it.
Oh, good hit. Von Darkholm has managed to get an LAT onto the thermal. That's an excellent wee shot there, which has taken out the engine.
Is he engine? Yeah,
he's engined. Which means that he's in a really bad spot. I don't see... 40 mil still sitting on gas station, though, so it should be fine. Devoted and Enrage will get that to a relatively safe spot and then clear it. But just look at how many... You know, there's actually the same amount of mumbles as there is Raven sitting on the next... On the... On Canopy. A few more now spawning on this edge. But they've managed to get this hab back up and going. Unfortunately, Kerma Squad just isn't able to take out... They don't know that Nordic has his rally. Or is that a hab on the north edge?
It's a hab on north.
Yeah, so it's a radio up here. I hadn't spotted that.
Yep. They placed it just before they called in the barrage.
Oh, and here's the hab. I really like that. That's aggressive hab there on this northern edge. Oro Village cap is going down, or is going back up. One way or the other, it's in contention. Look at the Mumble line again, though. This is where they were before. They know these kind of areas. So the Mumbles all on the east side of the flag, just controlling the line. Completely almost mirror image versus the Raven side. You can expect both these teams to have played a lot.
You have
here.
the hab. The hab was disabled for Raven for a second on the east here. You have Moopy in. Oh, it
Dark
might
Cookie,
get disabled again in a second. Dark Cookie needs to look behind him though. Chucky's gonna come in that northwest entrance. He's not careful. Dark Cookie pushes in. The hab's now blocked. And it's 2v2.
Cookie, did you just take down the enemy hat?
16-3, drops Cookie.
Goes down. Mubi might... He might want to just camp inside the hab right now.
Radios in the north one.
There's a patch. He hears 16-3. Loopy's coming. Chucky didn't
Chucky
see him.
comes in.
Chucky completely misses him.
You have the hab back up now. For Raven, you have Mayonnaise spawning in. Mayonnaise is gonna run into Dark Cookie, who has his bandage out. Oh,
There we
quickly
go.
swap his pistol there, but
Cleared eventually, but Nordic's now available on the north edge. He's sitting there, but he doesn't have a guy with a shovel with him. So Ravens need to be spawning in fast. If they're wanting to control this, they need to be spawning and controlling this hab and spotting where these guys are pushing from. How did he see him through that? Dropped eventually.
95 tickets to
Kill a couple.
171, and then kills. It's in favor of Raven right now. It's about plus 5 or plus 6, and then revives very much in the favor of Mumbles. 126 and 92. So I mean, Raven's getting the kills, but they're just
not able to
are dying
control
in
them.
safe places.
Yeah, and that kind of plays in with what we've seen so far of this match. It's just been Raven pushing and pushing into a Mumble line. Mumbles, now that they have the middle and the mortars are down, they have the ability to just sit there. Look at this 40 mil just casually sitting up and down inside Oru. Like, it's just the fact that it's able to just sit in that spot, rearm all its guys, control the lanes, and then it just disappears, probably to a repair station. Oh, look, there it is. Yep, the repair station here. So relatively safe, even though it is slow, even though it is a bit exposed, and they know that there's infantry around about. They're happy to take that gamble because there is no Vic pressure from Raven, none whatsoever. Here we go, 30 mil of Enrage and Devoted. What they need to do, if they head north, I wonder if they're going to be able to see this hab coming along. Did they spot it? No, they've turned round. Just shy. So this hab here is the one that's causing Raven all the trouble. They had...
But you don't see like many Mumbles spawning on it and trying to get this radio that they saw.
It doesn't need a lot of Mumbles. Mumbles can't commit too many people on that radio, because if they do, then they lose a lot of pressure.
Pelk is about to die to an LPPV here on the south of Kanepi.
Whereabouts?
South of Kanepi. You have Mumbles coming in with their LPPV. Yep.
It's Jack with Han Solo cups. Just looking to do some damage here.
You have like these little pushes, maybe 1 or 2 guys, like right now, but it's very sort of static from both teams.
It's just probing. But you can see Mumbles have actually made some ground here. So before they hadn't made it past this kind of line. The Raven was controlling the whole of Corey. Then they managed to push them back to the kind of the middle hangars. And when they did that, they snuck the Logi in, managed to get the fob down, and now you can see them. Raven pushed pretty much back to the train tracks. What that does is it means that there's now crossfire potential for the north side. So Mumbles are now using their hold on the north of Quarry to crossfire into Raven as they're pushing across. And this has reduced the number of angles of attack that Raven has from what was originally 3, 1, 2, 3, and it's now essentially just 1. Sitting in this one corner, which has meant that Mumbles have been able to just push and hold a line, and they're now making back a lot of ground. Raven, if they're going to want to take out the...
they're actually on that Orufab. They're on the Orufab. Who's on the Orufab right now? You have Existed on Mumbles Orufab right now. He's inside, he's camping.
But but you also have Mumbles with a 5-man, essentially, digging down that fob north of Canopy as well.
So you have Mumbles on Raven's fob, and then Raven on Mumbles fob.
It's actually They're digging down the radio. And it is down one stage. Nordic, Boop, and Whoopi managing to control it.
Mumbles are all on the southeast cell, and you have more Raven coming in to the north, so they might be in trouble here. They have their rallies up, but they might be in trouble, Mumbles, right now.
Indeed. Well, yeah, so you've got the Mr. squad, the MR squad, has managed to get onto the north side. Enjoy might come up against Existent. If they are able to clear... They've walked off of the fob.
What?
They're like...
What?
Hello? What?
Did they place C4 on it?
They placed C4 on the ammo crate?
What?
The ammo crate was burning. They're respawning. This fob is back up. There was 3 Mister just sitting on it. Now the 4mm is coming, but why? What could possibly... Enjoy goes down to Inge. Inge is going to go down to the 4mm. D-Trim as well. Existent
They
is going to
all
spawn
got
out.
wiped.
Yeah,
they
but
all just got wiped right now.
What? How? Here comes the Raven. Here comes the Raven Arty dropping through a completely unoccupied area of Oru village.
I think they thought they were gonna have that, so they just called it in, going towards quarry, knowing there's a fob there.
It's actually a relatively good effect there for that first round of the Arty.
Though, so they're gonna just spawn in on that.
Yeah, I just can't understand that. Like, that blows my mind. Sitting on top of the fob and then them just walking. You know, reminds me of a certain OISC final where they walked out of the cap to lose the game.
My memory's a little blank here. I don't know what final you're talking about right now. Devoted.
Taking some shots, dropping the LPPV, but nobody was in it, just taking the tickets. A couple of kills by Pelk on his own team. Looks like... Oh no, that's the ref. I was about to say there's somebody red that's kicking inside that fob as well, but...
So 116 to 36 right now in terms of tickets. Yeah. Raven has to be sort of safe and try and get some more. Try and just farm right now as much as they can for round 2.
They have managed to get the kills back, but you can see it's just the out positioning here. So you've got Mumbles. Even when Mumbles was down to the 1 fob and Raven had that wraparound starting, they just couldn't get past the last mile and get in and on that objective. This hab has now gone down on the west of Train. And it wouldn't be so bad if they had traded the one on Oru and taken down this fob on Oru, because then, you know, you'd have had 1 Mumbles on Quarry fighting from south to north inside Oru and splitting to Canopy. And so it'd have been 1 fob versus 2, and Raven would have been able to make that play. But because they didn't take down that fob, Mumbles have just been able to respawn inside the cap. They're holding the spawn, and they're losing tickets here.
I mean, it's 97 to 32, so it's closer than it was. It was like 114 to 36, so they're farming tickets right now, Raven. It just... They need to do it for a little longer. We got 15 minutes left in the match. The match goes for an hour in total. So at the hour mark, it will swap, no matter if Mumbles has tickets left or whatever happens.
Fidelis has managed to drop somebody, so I think he's looking to try and get around the back here. You can see him using the free look to try and spot Mercenary in Plan B. He goes down. I'm not entirely certain where he goes down for. Oh, Fazu, I think, takes him. Mercenary looks to just confirm that kill. Is that the mortars back up? Yeah, mortars are back up for Raven, landing on the repair station and around, but they're just kind of spreading.
They replace him on Kanepi. So they're mortaring from Kanepi, but, you know, who's that? Norwegian Andy just took out one guy in the mortars, and Pelk capped off. Galaxy is now running to check what's going on, and the mortars now for Raven are down and not firing.
But what you can see here is that you've got Dark Cookie has done really well on this flank squad. He's managed to continually harass the northern fob. Now he's right behind them. They're in power plant, sitting on the south edge, and is now going to get a push into the south side of Canopy. If this was to go on for longer, I don't think he's going to be able to do very much, because the game will end before he does the ability to do very much.
Norwegian Andy is just hiding in a little bush. He's just playing smart and trying to get kills. Knowing he's solo, he's just trying to play safe. Just down right now.
So safe that the 30 mil just decides to
he ran off at the last second there. Okay, so
looks like the MR team are pushing in towards this fob again. Hello and Warcry looking to control it on the south side of Quarry. It's the story of this match has just been essentially Mumbles sitting in a spot, Raven trying to get the push, and sometimes it works, but they can't get it coordinated. They can't get more than one push going, and that little mistake around the fog up on the north edge has just, they've cost themselves a good 40-50 tickets easily on that play.
If they had that fob down, maybe they could have actually taken Oro. Like, there was potential there for that to occur.
Just have a wee look how many Mumbles are back in that Oru cap. Raven now being very careful here with their spawns.
Left. 83 tickets for Mumbles.
It's like a full spawn there for Loller's. Is it Loller squad? No,
in terms of kills,
squad.
again, like Raven is doing better. They're getting more incaps as well, 417 to 364. But the revive total, it's like plus 50 for Mumbles. So their tactic is just allowing them to get the revives they need and die in safer places around medics.
Ban looking to just play some damage on the back, but he's ganged up by 3. Karma has managed to get in and finally wipe on the south edge the flanking squad. They don't have a respawn, and they don't so that's going to be the end of the flanks for Mumbles. But it's pretty close to the end of the game. 5 tickets remaining, only 11 minutes in the game. There's quite a lot.
Look at all of the medics right now on Mumble's side. You have 27 for Grucha, 21 for Rob, 15 for IDE, 14 for Warcry. Who else? Marnik 17, Frantix 19, Rat 21. It's like everyone has at least 20 revives.
And you've got
each of their squads.
And that's actually one of the things that we didn't talk about, but one of the key advantages of the British side is the double scope medics. You know, those bigger squads, and then the double scope medics is just huge. Let's see, you've got 3 tickets remaining for Raven. Let's see how many tickets they can bleed down to 77. They really want that advantage. Oh, 77 overall. On the split.
Okay.
Really
Something
nice
to work
play
with.
there. From both teams. Both Raven and Mumbles doing well in round 1. Like you said, the incaps and just the revives, 177 revives. You know, that's just insane. But they had probably twice as many medics, and those medics were scoped, so they could still do some damage. Maybe if Raven can pull off a similar kill difference in round 2, but now with 2 medics per squad, you know, do you think that you might be able to see an awful lot more damage?
I think we will, but also Mumble's medics, like their medics didn't really get many kills. They're mainly like sitting at 2 and then 7 in terms of kills to deaths. So it's not really kills for their medics. It's more just dying in safer places than having more of them, like you said. But I think next round we're gonna have to see Raven potentially be a little more aggressive, and try and hold Mumbles off from getting behind them like they did in round 1 here. Because once they lost at West Fob, it was basically Ravens' push just stopped.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it was. Don't know why that disappeared. Apologies.
Do you want me to restart my stream as well?
Nope. I've just had a massive lockup here. Hold on.
Hopefully you're good.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay.
Ooh, plus 77.
I mean, it's really close though for round 2. It's anyone's game.
100%. 77 tickets. That's one swing and a fob. You know, and we've got to talk a little bit about the vehicles as well, because I just did not see anything from the Raven vehicles. They killed a couple of abandoned vehicles around the map, but you wouldn't say that they made big plays that earned their ticket value back. Probably my vehicle play of the match has got to be that Ryan the Mumbling, I think, one-manning the Scimitar, sitting up on that hill, managing to damage both 30 mils and destroy one. Pretty much all by himself. Now, one 30 mil should be able to take on the Scimitar in an even fight. But if you've got a second and you can call out where those shots are coming from, there is no way you should win that. But somehow he did, and that actually took a lot of vehicle pressure off of Mumblerines, and just meant that they were able to play their Vix much more aggressively in amongst their infantry without much fear, in all honesty.
But also, like, we haven't seen Raven really use their ATs to their advantage, because the British side, they have really powerful Vix, but they're tracked. So you can basically take out one of the tracks, make it immobilized, then call in your armor to take it out, and it could be a really big play if you do that. But I really haven't seen many ATs from Raven side doing that at all.
Yeah. We'll just have to see how it goes. All in all, it's been a really interesting first round. JGango, what do you think Raven needs to do round 2 to bring this back?
I think they need to be a little more aggressive and use their Vix just better overall, and be more aware of, hey, we're on a fob, let's not run off of it, and let's dig it down.
And I think in terms of what I saw from Mumblerines that I expect to see in round 2 that kept them that 77 tickets ahead, again, they were playing that very passive style, almost too passive. There was one point where they were almost getting fishbowled, and it took Nordic plus another couple of the SLs to really kick their team back into gear and set up that hab placement up on the north. I think what I'd like to see from Mumblerines is probably that hab being placed more proactively. So when they dug down the one on Otostal, they should have sent a squad up to the north, cleared the north, and then reset an aggressive hab on the north. But it took them almost losing the mid cap before they decided, oh wait, we might need more than one spawn. And it's only really by a little bit of luck that they managed to sneak that Logi through, get that hab up, and then get the pressure on, because otherwise this could have been really, really bad. We're just going to take a quick 2-minute break and get a glass of water, go to the bathroom. We don't have to swap servers, so it should actually be a 2-minute break, so don't go anywhere. I'll leave you with a wee bit of music as we wait for round 2 of the grand final, Raven versus Mumblerines. And we are back waiting for round 2. So, just wanted to say, first of all, thank you very much to everybody for watching. Do appreciate it. All the chat, comments, and all of the follows and everything. It is appreciated. It really is good to see the community engaging with Squad Masters. Hope you have been enjoying this grand final and this season of Squad Masters, all in all.
So,
JGango, you back?
yeah, I'm back. We just had massive logi bug on servers, so everyone has to reconnect right now. I think we're gonna have to restart the match here. So it may be another minute or two if that happens.
That's fine. That gives us an opportunity. Oh my goodness, you can see everybody.
Everyone has it.
Dropping.
I don't think we have slow-mo perms. What is
Oh, right. Ref said no slow-mo.
none.
Right, fine. We should ignore that anyways. So, let's just have a wee look at the map. So, let's talk a little bit about some of those key highlights we had from the first round, as we're waiting for everybody to spawn back in. It was that moment, Django, where you had the old hospital hab going down, and Raven committing, still a full squad on that north edge up at Old Hostel, and they eventually had kind of wiped everything on the north around Old Hostel, and then started to push down south. Similarly, they also had a push from the west of Train into Oro Village east side, and then a little push from Quarry, and it was that kind of three-way push that really set the alarm bells ringing in the Mumbles camp. What did you think about the reset there?
Maddox, you gotta leave your squad for a sec.
Oh.
But could you repeat the question?
I was saying, if you could, just thinking about the point where they lost Old Hostel for Mumbles, and then there was a three-way push around Raven. What did you think about the Mumbles reset, and why do you think Raven wasn't able to make that last wee push onto that Oro Village hab when the mortars were landing around about it?
I really think the reset was really well done by Mumbles. They sort of immediately got off the point, but also you didn't have a lot of Ravens on that fob in general, and no real rallies in great places for flanking positions. So it was a combination of two things. Well, Mumbles, they were held in that hab for a little bit. Raven just didn't have the guys, and they also got help. The Mumbles got help from sort of being able to push out and get some rallies around the point itself.
Well, also from their Vix, isn't that right? It was the ability to have...
They had a 40 mil just drive through and then spray.
Yeah, so the 40 mil sat in a nice position around the barn, which gave it a little bit of AT protection, but it was just able to hold a couple of angles, namely the main road on the north of Oru, and also the kind of fields slightly to the northeast, which prevented Raven from being able to just walk up and onto the fob. And that gave the Mumbles enough time to get a couple of people out in between the mortars, get some rallies up, respawn them, all the while, Nordic shouting to try and get another hab up on the north edge. And really, the turning point in that game, because the pressure was building on Mumblerines, the pressure was all there, and it looked like Raven was going to get to the point where they could potentially get the win off of it, but they unfortunately just couldn't make that last wee move, and Nordic got his aggressive hab, or kind of flanky hab, on the north. Didn't spawn too many people, so Raven didn't go looking for it. The Vix never went that far north because there was nothing to fight over. So they had free spawn there, and then just eventually over time wore down that north edge. And that was really the death of the attack on Oru for Raven.
Yeah, and really, when he first placed down that North Fob Nordic, they didn't spawn in it for about 10 minutes. There wasn't really any spawns except for Nordic himself. So it was just Nordic and one other guy pushing that hub. So Raven probably thought, hey, there's a rally nearby somewhere to the either north and east, and it's not that big of a deal, but you gotta be aware of your surroundings and what's going on as well.
It looks like we are back up and running. Just quickly add this up.
Yep.
So ready for round 2 here. Push that live. Onto squad. So we've managed to get enough people into the match. They can actually see the supplies from the Logibug, and it looks like we've got LPPVs for both teams. Unfortunately, the camo for one of them floating above the top. LPPVs fully stocked with a Raven and MR squad. Enrage Devoted running the 40mm. You've got a 3-man in the Scimitar, which is interesting. We'll have to see what they're doing with that. Let's have a quick look. LT as a medic sitting in the Scimitar with Sunidot and Beta, which is the vehicle squad. And what's happening over on the Russian main?
So you have Ryan, Enjoy, Beef XD, and Karma all in 30 mils, and then Diego and Norwegian Andy are in the BMP. Mumbles are taking all 3 Logis. Looks like it's almost full, each of them. And then they have 3 men in the BRDM. So maybe they're going to be pushing... Looks like they're going to be heavy pushing Old Hospital. But I suspect one of the Logis will at least go for Oru initially, and along with potentially a 30mm as well.
Yeah,
so
I'm expecting.
We'll have to see.
I'm expecting a bit more of an aggressive rollout here from Mumbles. There wasn't that much of a push from Raven into Old Hostel. It was relatively sedate, almost, I would say, in terms of their push for Old Hostel. They came up against kind of overwhelming odds. And it was only once Mumbles had started to rotate off of Old Hostel that they got control of it. Mumbles, I think, instead will be looking to get that big push and control Canopy and Old Hospital, and then maybe use that pincer movement and the control of the width of the map to then get into Oru. That's just my thoughts. That's just my feelings, but we'll see. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, people don't work off feelings in squad often when going through strats. They work off tactics and sound strategy. So
yeah,
work with your mind, not your heart.
The life and times according to Gango. Round 2, grand final. Squad Masters has started. Already a difference between the teams. Multiple Logis coming out in the north entrance.
You have a 30mm going north right now. He's gonna go look down main road right now. He's gonna do south of radio. He's gonna fire.
Oh, is he gonna do the pre? He's gonna do the pre-fire.
Yes. He's doing the pre-fire right now.
Here it comes. Hits in. Manages to take out a few. Oh, some serious damage onto Pelk. Pelk's Logi's burning. Pelk's Logi's burning. Everybody's getting out. Are they going to try and save it, or are they running?
That was gone. Devastating. Logi's gone, so they have a squad at radio right now, and they're going to have to run for hospital. Raven has one of their Logis going for Brax.
Oh my goodness.
It sucks.
Raven right now. Mumbles driving into Oru Village, and a fob going down on gas station to the northwest of Oru.
And you've got to think, like, that's not an unknown pre-fire position.
They've done it before. We saw it.
The Mumbles pre-fire from that position has been happening, and still you've got multiple coming off of that Logi on the north edge. They've dropped half a squad, and it looks like they might just try and reset with the second Logi onto Old
So
Hospital.
Mumbles is basically uncontested in Oro Village right now.
But that is not the start that Raven needed. Mumbles completely uncontested into Oro Village. So I was completely wrong. They've gone instead for the big push into Oru. It looks like Raven's going for a push all the way through train.
Maybe they are on north of shopping.
And no pressure on Old Barracks, no pressure on Old Hospital, just on Oru. Look at the amount of Mumbles sitting in there. They're just going to take
Raven, though, like, they're going through Train Bridge right now, so they could wrap the Mumbles, and Mumbles are all looking to the west of Oru.
4-mil
if they could potentially wrap, they
I think 4-mil's playing on gas here. Just trying to get some kills. Maybe stop them from crossing. Von Darkholm goes down. Some nice shooting there from Devoted, spotting him out. Page, look at this position from Page up here. Oh man, that's dirty.
Where is he?
He can see everything from up here, on top of gas.
Yeah. I see.
Beautiful positioning there. Mumble's now actually wrapping around the south of Oro Village, coming towards Sinico and 16-3 squad. Gonna play through Refinery, maybe.
Nothing on the east yet.
They pushing to north.
You have Mumbles calling out. There's nothing on the east. They're sort of unsure.
I think that's Raven.
Raven
yes.
calling it
so
out,
you've ended up here with what is actually a really interesting position where Raven have actually now, partly because of the Logi, I think, but partly because of the way that they've set out for their role. They were expecting more of a push into train station control over that. Raven now have 2 flanks and an anvil. So if they are able to play off their Squad 3 rally, Squad 5 and 2 set down Habs and get down into Canopy and prevent the fob from going up around there, and then push into Oru altogether, once again you get a bit of a fishbowl. It's a bold move because you've only got a few people in that north edge to stop Mumbles from just walking up into Old Hostel, but if they can, currently Mumbles has very little to no map control. They're not spread around the map, but they
to the north right now.
Yeah,
there's gonna be a tiger going down to a warrior.
Just gonna have a wee look up here. Beta and Sunny Dot. I don't. They're just sitting.
And they're gonna turtle this shit.
They're trying to watch for a flank right now. They're
just playing off the
cemetery.
cemetery.
Sure that the 30 mils don't run north.
Yeah. So Dark Cookies doing a good job, and it's put down their rally. So I think that cemetery was there to prevent the rush onto Old Barracks. This isn't a rush on Old Barracks. It's a bit of a delayed rush to Old Barracks. But instead, they're going to be looking for the fobs and habs on the back line. This is some nice, smart play here from Mumbles to at least open up a bit more of extra pressure here on the Mumblerine side.
You have Mumbles sort of positioning their Vix around quarry area, trying to just wait for potentially a call out from their guys where they need to be.
One of these days, I'm going to get... I'm not going to be too excited by stuff that's happening on the map, and remember to take off all of my whiteboard paint and stuff like that. Anyways, let's have a quick look at how the map's setting up. So you've definitely got, you can see some Raven that's kicking around basically all around Oru, and Mumbles just swarming the center of the cap here. You've got the Enrage and Devoted sitting in the 40 mil on the north edge of Oru, just trying to play it, I think, a little bit safe. Sunny Dot and Beta has also come down in the bottom right hand side of the screen. You can see them. Pelk finally getting his Logi somewhere towards Oro Village. I'm wondering if he's going to try and sneak that through.
You have Enrage positioning himself in a little head peak position right now with the 40 mil, trying to look towards Oro Village. He really can't see over the ridge though. It's not great.
Not the best position, is it?
No.
Wonder where that Logi is going. No, it is. It's staying. So Pelk's going to set up a hab on the east of gas station here. 30 mils sitting on the south have taken a couple of shots, but have managed to get out.
They're going to build a rep station right next to the 40 mil right now. That's what they're looking to do, I think.
I need mortars on the
I think Raven is basically trying to maybe turtle around Old Hospital because they know Oru isn't going to go in their favor. So they need to wind down the tickets and try and wean out wherever they can get.
They're 77 tickets behind. Look at the kills, though. Look at the kills advantage. 11-3 at the moment. Is that just because they're playing around the edges?
Yeah, basically.
11-3. Similar kills.
And you have Mumbles in some positions where they can't get revived right now, and it's 9-9 basically in favor in terms of revive. So it's not that advantage we saw in round 1.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1/4 of every single player on Raven is a medic. They currently have 10 medics sitting around. Like, that's unreal. Oops, hello. Let's have a look. Again, Mumbles, even though they don't have the double scope, are playing... So that's 2, 4, 5, 6, 8. 8 medics instead. So they've gone Sicily with a nice one-man push. But, I mean, it's a one-man push. Mortars landing well. I'm actually surprised that they managed to get the Old Hospital mortars up, considering they were so delayed. But look,
you have to be careful, though.
Here's Dark Cookie, Moonpie, and Jack getting around the back. He's going to spot Bert, probably. Peltcast just called out north, totally open. Bert does go down. Mortar, the mortar position getting counter-mortared. That's actually a bit of a shame that Jack took the shot, because if the mortars had just landed instead on Bert, they wouldn't have actually said they were there. Galaxy goes down as well, so both mortars are down. Enemies have been called out on the north side.
Also, like, Squad 5, Meme didn't wipe Squad 4's rally to north of Hospital, so they could just spawn back on that. In the end.
Old Hospital's under no real pressure, all in all. What will be interesting to see is how many Raven respond to this, because if they overcommit back for it, then it could be a... You know, they could end up gaining a lot more of an advantage than they should have. You can see mortars coming down for both teams. Where's the Canopy Hab? We've missed it. Canopy Hab on the south is gone.
No, they dug it down.
Oh, did they?
Dug it down themselves,
Mumbles dug it down themselves. Ryan the Mumbling and Enjoy taking down Kerma and Bilbo, which was the flanking squad. Look at the rallies for Raven, actually. Let's just quickly jump onto my MS Paint.
Yeah, but if you look, they're by the road.
You've got 4
on shipping yard.
You've got 4 of the of the Raven rallies, I think, sitting out east of Canopy. 1 sitting out on the west, along with a fob, and then just on the north, they're controlling it. So if you look at spawns, Raven currently have spawns on 3 sides of Canopy and are pushing through to maybe collect on the 4th. They want to make sure that they don't end up giving away this pressure by overcommitting on that Old Hospital, but they don't want to lose their mortars either. Mumbles just... This could be really tasty for Raven if they can make this work.
Well, if they could get that quarry fob down, that's basically Mumbles wipe down or a village. Because they don't have a Logi close. They don't have anything really to reset it. And then Raven's in their path to get a fob down closer to
and
village.
You've also got to remember, look at the Ravens that are out there on Canopy. If they can sweep down and through, I suppose this is probably why you can see the LPPVs... oh no, Varus is moving the Logi. Sensible play there from Varus. But the radio is the wrong side of the road for the Hab. So if they're able to get past the quarry defense and onto the radio, they can control the road and prevent them from coming back over the road to save it. And ultimately, this could be, you know, a big swing. But Raven needs to actually do it. 16-3 managed to get inside the cap here. Let's just kind of watch him for a wee bit. Boop, I think, will spot him out. 16-3 calls him. Yeah, a couple of shots coming 16-3's way. I'm not sure if that was Boop that actually put it out. Coming to hide, because there's a vehicle kicking about. BMP, Sing, inside the cap. Norwegian, Andy, and Diego. I think deciding that there's a lot of infantry sitting about. Luller and 16-3, a good cap on the south edge here. Managing to get some pressure. Tim and Cynico again. So this is the squad playing off of this rally over here. All in all, nice play. Not sure why they're quite so far behind. Cynico gets decimated by the BMP. He was taking no chances there. I think Cynico was the hat kit, if memory serves. Yep.
It's 16-3 and Lola pushing on south side of Worry right now. Getting wiped though from the BTR.
I marked that hub. I marked one more.
Hab apparently marked, and they managed to get 16-3 and Luller in to block it just for a second. So they're calling for the mortars to land in and around this building. Now this building's an interesting one because it's only a single exit. So if they can keep the tubes landing in this area, it's as good as blocked.
Look at the ticket count right now, 340 to 326. So Raven has a lead in terms of tickets right now, but it's not the 77 they need. They have to grow it a little more here. In terms of kills, it's almost doubled in favor of Raven as well, and Vav's basically equal.
As expected, Raven has managed to get that push, so they've made the pressure on Canopy, and they're now pushing, and they're playing on almost like a proxy cap on Quarry here, because they know if they can take Quarry, then they've got the pressure to just start clearing them out. There's a wee bit of still a fight around here. Dark Cookie doing some good work, just constantly being annoying, constantly harassing. This is what we like to see from... This is actually some really great play from Mumbles, controlling each of the buildings on the top. Bert, once again, going down to a mortar. They need to dig that down and replace it.
I'm going first, Enra. Bait.
No, Bill. Don't do it.
Don't? Okay.
Lulu gets wiped, and Raven are relatively close to the south side of the radio right now. You have Mumble shifting out to the south, though, but I don't know. Bilbo goes down now.
It looks like it's 12 Mister is on the Raven side. There was a couple of talks in chat about how many Mister are up against. So 12 of them are on alongside Raven. You'll notice that Raven have dropped ZXD from the last couple of matches. And instead have picked up a couple of mercs from Mister instead. So even though they had the map control and the pressure here, Raven just really haven't been able to convert that. Sorry, they've had map control, but they haven't been able to convert it into pressure. Mumble's reacting well.
It's sort of like what we saw in round one. It's very similar.
Yeah, it's
Mumble's just holding inside Oru and Raven trying to push in slowly, but it's getting unlucky here and there.
So this is it here. This is the thing. Oh, BMP spots. Yeah. Sunny Dawn Beta, very lucky there to survive that. The Scimitar using its speed to get out. But the BMP was watching that area. They wanted to make sure they couldn't get onto the hill because that would have been big. BMP is playing and fighting off of a repair station as well. I think is Fan is he a hack kit as well? Because this could be bad. Yeah, he is. There it is. So Fan's looking to push up here. Let's just stay with him for a wee bit. You can give me a. You can give me a wee.
Yeah.
A wee shot there. Hack kit's coming up.
I mean, it's just pretty stable around.
Having a wee look.
Canopy, you have some the 30 mil driving through Kerma's squad, and he's probably gonna wipe them once he sees them.
Great hit by Fan. Fantastic hack kit, but I don't think he's engined him.
You got tatted.
So hack goes in.
Enra, what happened?
Sunny Dawn Beta calls their gang out there as well. So both of the Vics will get out. Unfortunately, it was the Bat going into the 40 mil, which actually ended up saving it. Fan's second rocket going wide of
There's
Sunnydale.
AP, some shields.
322 to 306 in terms of tickets. In terms of kills, 49 to 33 in favor of Raven, and Revives the lead's growing for Mumbles. Even though they don't have the medics, they have a plus 11 advantage in Revives because they're more turtling right now.
Yeah, exactly that. And now you can see Mumbles being really passive still. They're just sitting in that area. Let's have a wee look at this south push. It's almost totally wiped. So passive on the flag, but then when they get to pressure, you can see the Mumbles reacting quite aggressively to try and clear that pressure. And you've now got a squad basically playing off of, like we said, this kind of pseudo cap on the south, multiple vehicles supporting them. So this is really a big push, or a big problem actually, sorry, for Raven. They can't get through that. 16-3 apparently being asked to put down a hab. Now that would be ballsy as anything. Multiple vehicles sitting on the south there. BMP firing in. Fan has cleared it. Oh, Cynico once again is just getting unfortunately wiped left, right and center. He just can't see anything. Fan has managed to eventually clear Fan, sorry, Norwegian Andy has had, obviously does not like Fan very much, because he's just taken a couple of shots into him, I think. A wee bit of damage.
You still have, like, Meme Dark Cookie just at Old Hospital being a pest right now, so he's been there almost the whole game, and hasn't had once, right?
But you'll also notice that an awful lot of the Raven squads haven't pulled back from their position, so you're just kind of trading out on that northern hab. They haven't cleared.
Well, I mean, Dark
either.
Cookie is 6-0 and 6 right now, so he got 6 tickets so far solo.
Really, yeah, 8-1-8 from that flank squad. That's really good. I have to see, it's 16 ticket advantage. Yep, 16 ticket advantage to Raven for round 2. Mumbles just playing the patient game, playing the pickup game. Quite a lot of downed Mumbles on this northern edge, but not much Raven pushing up into the area.
Raven's potentially about to wipe their rally west of Aura right now. East of Aura, I mean, from Mumbles. Maybe not. You have Despair there, you have Zig.
Oh, P is getting dropped. I think that was one of the Mr. players there managing to get a nice headshot onto him.
311 to 296. The lead is definitely shrinking for Raven. They aren't having the ticket advantage.
Despair manages to drop that rally on the east side. Spots one, drops him. Corporal Pro up on the north side. So Despair now getting his squad across, getting onto the train.
You have a barrage. You have a A10 coming in directly on the BMP and the BTR.
Oh.
If they stay there, that's going to be deadly.
It's on. Well, it's onto a repair. Well, you got to see. Just got to see.
If they stay there, that could be a big ticket flip for Raven. That could be big.
I think they're looking to see whether or not the UAV's in the air. UAV's getting shot, which means
he just
BMP goes. BMP goes.
He just moved.
Beefed. Really nice play there. He's looking up.
Orders are coming in.
BMP goes down, looking up into the sky, thinking, "Oh, there's a lot of tickets in this area. I wonder if there's a UAV up." There was, and he knows. That is a bad place to be. Then BMP goes down. So this is now advantage for Vix.
And lead has grown to about 40 now for Raven. BTR might go down as well.
Oh, sorry, just missing that.
Ryan, he's one hit away from death. Has one tower gone.
Whereabouts?
And his engine is
Oh, yeah.
out to the west of Kanepi. Needs a push from Beef XD. Need to try and help him.
Coming to protect. Multiple smokes going. Is Rhetori or Archie are either of them hat kits or ATs?
Lead is growing. 306 to 255. They're 10
Getting close.
tickets away from. Yeah.
We'll put closer
They need
together,
77
uh,
for round one.
in the Oro.
There comes a push. Beefed helping his brother out to try and get him towards the repair station.
They got some spawn point northwest of quarry.
So Ticket Lead just shot
They
up
got
from that. They took out the BMP. They got some of the kills they needed, and now Raven in a pretty good position to potentially get the W.
Well, you
They
just
have
I wouldn't count Mumbles out quite yet. Just look at how many Mumbles are sitting around in that space. But now that they've got Galaxy, have switched. So you can see, actually, they've switched the mortar hab. So they were constantly getting harassed on a hostile, so they've switched it onto the gas station to get the mortars down, and now they're causing some real damage on the hab inside Oru. Beefed as well, immediately drops some smokes. Raven managing to just get in and around. So the hab is still up, but the mortars are just constantly pummeling onto it. I'm actually surprised that Raven aren't trying to get their mortars landing on the door instead of onto the hab. They're just a little bit north, a little bit too far. 4-mil playing aggressive now, Devoted and Enrage, getting some damage into the infantry. One of the Mr. squads up onto the northeast, pushing in. Raven has got some good holds in the center. George doing some work, hoping
you have
to control
Raven
the side.
encircling now. You have 16-3 on the west. You have Despair pushing them on the east.
And look,
And then they're getting help from north as well.
and another hab coming up as well here on the northeast. In the previous position, Nordic looking to get in and about it. Gets 2 already. That's big.
The hab's being just mortared
Dark Tea
by
goes
Raven.
down.
So Mumble's having a difficult time getting outside that hab.
Look at how far back Mumbles are having to put their backup hab. Their backup hab over here, miles away from both objectives. They haven't been able to get anything around. You've got the one hab down.
297 to 240.
Sorry,
right now.
one. Yeah, this hab is
297 to
still damaged.
240.
Raven managing to get a little bit of pressure inside the cap now, managing to get round the outside. Von Flaxen, the last remaining Mumble, holding that edge on Ovaris there as well. Looking to just play around. Burma getting them up. Tim playing aggressive, looking for the kill. Might see him through the trees. He knows that he's there. He knows there's somebody there, but he's looking. He just doesn't see him.
They are
Drops him there. That's Varus down. Von Flaxen also down. Full of west of Oro Village is now clear of Mumbles. Raven pushing in from the north, from the west. They've got a fob up in the east, and that pile of Mumbles that you saw moments ago has just started to dwindle.
You have Raven 11 tickets down right now in terms of from last round. 296 to 229, so they just need to get 11 more tickets potentially.
Django, which can you do a quick sweep round? Have a look at where the rallies are for Mumbles, please. For me.
Yeah, so for Mumbles, the rallies right now are where are the rallies for Mumbles?
What the fuck is
Crash?
Crash?
What?
What is he talking about?
The ref having a little bit of a headache right now, it seems. So you have one rally
Raven
right now on Quarry. You have one rally for Mumbles by the train tracks. You have another rally by the train tracks as well to the east. And that's really...
Mumbles.
And then one west of Quarry as well.
Have a quick look at these 30 mils. Oh, they're not full of infantry. Just playing Wolfpack on this north edge.
292 to 220 right now.
40 mil going back north.
So Mumble,
40 mils gonna come up against 2 30 mils here. 4 mils just gonna come up against. Spots him. Playing both
in terms of tickets.
Oh,
he needs to trade.
It's no. Really great play there by the Mumbles.
And they're gonna get another ticket advantage.
Did
Scimitar
Oh my
goes
goodness.
down as well. 269 to
Scimitar
213.
goes down. I don't understand why they played into that. It looks like Engine is out though on one of the 30s. Cynico trying to get a shot. One of the Vicks are away. So it looks like it looks like Engine on one of the 30s and
I
one of
think
the
it's both of the 30s are engined.
need to
Enjoy hopped out, he died. And you have Raven
they just need to get
still
some ATs on
struggling
that.
for control on Oru.
Right. Django, you just keep looking at those 30s. Tell me if they die.
Yeah, I'll keep looking.
Having a look
I'll
at
let you know.
having a look at Cap, Mumbles have been able to actually get some spawns back up again. Nordic getting hit by the mortars. Mortars doing some serious work. They just can't quite get into there. Mumbles have managed to control back on the south edge of the Cap once again. Mr. Inge doing some work. Darkholm underneath him, but does he know? Yes, he does. Drops him down. So that
One of
relieves
the
pressure.
30s goes down. Second 30 goes down, so both 30s are down. Raven has the tickets, I think. 256 to 185.
It's a
It
long
was
way.
77.
It's a long way
last
to.
round.
It's a long way to go in this match. Raven with a great
terms of-
position though.
Look at the kills right now. 132 to
Oh,
80.
more
in favor of
importantly,
Raven.
Bilbo and Kerma, have they heard the radio? This is it. They've managed to get inside. This is what I was saying they needed to do all along. Bilbo comes in. This is big. He's gonna
We're
get.
gonna be able to get supplies.
If he's able to get this dig down and Kerma holding it,
Bilbo's stinging it.
Pelk, can you do it?
this is huge because this is their only main spawn. This is their only main spawn on objectives, and it's gonna get from the radio prevented some spawns. So
It's at least going to get disabled for a second here, which will make them have to dig it, and then the 20-second initialization as well.
one
Two
goes
go
down.
down. Andy goes down. Kerma and Bilbo doing a nice job of holding. Another goes down. Did they wipe them all?
Oh.
They wiped them all.
They need to be starting to dig again. They need to be starting to dig again fast. Just at least prevent it.
Down one stage should be their whole thing
Bilbo's
here.
looking to play. This is Keith coming in. Gets the pre-fire.
Bilbo goes
Bilbo
down.
goes down.
Hab is still up.
Oh,
They didn't get the dig.
they didn't prioritize the dig, which would have been, even if they had got it down for just maybe 10, once you get it down one stage, even if they get it back up immediately, it's 20 seconds. So you could have had 30 seconds of no spawns up there on Oru with a big wave of Raven on the north edge.
Right now, Raven has a 170, about 73 ticket lead right now on Mumbles.
Sicily going in and spotting and killing the Hab. Barris and Dark Cookie. I mean, as Sicily, is he? What, is he just patching? Does he know the Hab's here? Is he about to walk out and go, "Oh, hello"?
Who knows? Maybe.
He runs out whilst reloading. Yep, he's just called out the Hab, so half squad spawned on that Hab. Raven once again probably going to look to try and push in to this this radio. Mumbles now, they're having to play two objectives. Mumbles, because of the position, they're actually going to have to play around Quarry and around Oru, because they can't lose Quarry because of where their radio is, and they can't lose Oru because of the ticket swing. The stretch of the radio has been really good, but it now actually is a disadvantage for them because it's doubling up the number of circles they need to control. All the Mumbles just hugging a single building here. Like,
They really need to try and position a new fob on Knappy, probably. That'd be their best bet for Mumbles.
And the Hab is still up. They're burning a lot of tickets here. 60 tickets is the advantage here to Raven at the moment. Not quite enough to have them in the overall lead, but it is damn close. Despair.
It's 70. It was 40 plus
trades
30.
out with Rob. They both managed to get a spin. Look at this. There's another aggressive fob on the north side here. Raven just dropping fobs left, right, and center, closer and closer to Oru. This is big spawns here. Big spawns. If they can make sure that Dark T doesn't camp them out, Cynico gonna play a little bit of chicken with him, I think.
So it's Raven has lead. It's 77. It's like 78 tickets now. Raven is leading from last round, with Mumbles having the 77 ticket win.
Sicily managing to get a single one-man push, but he goes down. Just
Raven with the 81 ticket advantage right now.
Just have a quick look onto the screen. So you've now got the single Mumbles fob, and they're playing very tight square around that area, partly because they're boxed in by Raven. Raven managing to play off of this fob and managing to get into this kind of area to control roads, but a huge mass spawn from Mumbles has pushed that all the way back.
Squad 8 from Raven is enraged, devoted. They're about to find the Mumbles fob on shipping right now.
I think it was already called out. Sicily had spotted it earlier. So you've still got this fob here as well, which might be able to get some push into the south. But more importantly, they need to get another squad on this south edge to try and get onto the radio. Mumbles getting onto the aggressive fob that Raven had placed. It was a great idea, but unfortunately, they just can't do it. Sunny Dot looking to control. Might come up against Warcry. Warcry takes him down. It's called us inside, but Rhetoric drops one. There's still more. He's bleeding, so he knows he just needs to go in for it. Does he get the kill? He gets one. Bleeds out. Oh no, I think Diego gets him. So it is available for a spawn, but will Whoopi just hold it? How many? Oh no, Diego's coming up. It's gonna get stopped.
Yeah.
Once again. Gendalf looking to come in.
Check it.
You have Enrage dropping a rally.
Gendalf getting
Gandalf
getting dropped by Marcinek.
Enrage.
Good.
Enrage drops a rally east of shipping right now, and they're gonna push for the mortar fob that Mumbles has.
At least.
Oh yes, I'll come and have a wee look. Yeah, actually, it's interesting to see that we've got a whole. So Disper's pulled his whole squad off of the attack and is now trying to get into this fob on the south here. And actually, you've got the LPPV. No, sorry. What is it? The vehicle in the north there. The Tiger that's sitting up at British Main, looking to control Devoted. Takes a shot, so they probably know that they're around. Or at least they should.
You have Raven. So you had Luda and Hello trying to drop a rally fob south of Quarry, and they got wiped by Fazoo, who heard them coming in.
Great reset hold there from Raven, but just haven't pushed in. Both Devoted and Enrage have dropped the two. Darkholm is running away. Dark Cookie is running back. Hab blocked at shipping, or will be in just like a second.
The Hab's back up now north of Oru as well. Raven wiped the guys that were on that. So
Dark Cookie coming back for Enrage. Enjoy comes off of the mortar. Plays versus. So Enjoy versus Enrage. Enrage, despite Enjoy being on the mortar, Enjoy wins that round. Dark Cookie now looking for Devoted. Minch coming in. Does he hear the radio? Does he not hear that radio? Drops Enjoy. Does he not hear the radio?
So you have Raven getting mortared on the aggressive fob.
Hab's blocked now. Yep, Hab's blocked. So the call out is Hab blocked and the
straight south of you existed.
Yep, Hab's blocked and there's no Mumbles nearby. Nearest ones are over there.
Yeah, it's fine.
In fact, nearest Mumbles are miles away. Mumbles actually are on the Hab. Mumbles, they might be trading this Hab east of Oru. Is Dips digging this down? Yes, he is. The dig has started, so we'll have to see. Does anybody react to that?
Tried to get on the radio south of Oru for Mumbles, but they just couldn't do it.
You still got Sicily kicking about though. Valrock, the only defender here.
It's about almost a 100 ticket advantage right now.
Sicily manages to drop the last, so it's trying to push back across. Is he going to go for the dig or is he going to go for the revives? He's going...
Gen 9
he's,
to
no, he's going
131.
dig. But he's slowed himself down. Might not be enough. Is he... Oh, yep, he's going for the dig. He's in a pretty safe position. Karma has to come all the way in to see him, probably.
Raven calling out to double mortar the Oru Village hab right now.
Oh, Karma coming for the... he's going to put the RPG in it. Kills Sicily. Heartsy almost takes him down. They do get the slight block, so it's down one stage on the radio. So the Oru hab is blocked. It will go up again, but that's 35 seconds at least. 20 seconds on the hab reset, 10 seconds for them to dig it back up and run up into there before they will get more spawns. An opportunity here, maybe, for Raven. Not a lot.
Mortars landing as well and just taking them out as they exit.
Mumbles are actually having to give up an awful lot around it. Look at the kill difference here. 216 to 138. Massively outfragged for Raven versus Mumbles on this side. 100 drops and the revives starting to get a little bit closer. All in all, most of the Mumblerines actually going negative KD. Not an awful lot of positive KDs. You can see Keith doing really well. Have a look at Dark Cookie as well. They've only really kind of got their stuff back. All in all, 100 tickets. Raven still in the driving seat here. Really getting a lot of pressure, a lot of hurt. But if they were to lose a couple of fobs, you know, Raven have put down a lot of tickets on the map. If that makes any sense. If they lose those tickets, they're just going to end up. They're going to end up just bleeding out their advantage here. Oh.
Don't forget the buildings.
Look at the map for a second, Django. Let's just have a quick look at the map.
It's just Mumbles are turtle. They're turtled inside.
How many Mumbles are outside of Oru Village? How many?
1, 2.
1. And that one is Jack, so he's not even really a Mumble. So, I mean, like, that's the whole team is concentrated into a single spot, trying to play their way out of that area.
And Raven's called out that they're double mortaring their hab as well. That Mumble plays. So Mumble's having to leave their hab. They're having to dodge mortars. They're having to dodge Raven players. They're having to sort of try and gain some ground as well.
Bert digging down his own radio, so recognizing that they might have some issues here. Digging down their own radio because they've got a lot of tickets on the board. So you've got 3 Raven habs now pushing into a single hab around Mumbles. They've just really kettled them in here.
The far east one, I don't care.
Mumbles still trying to play wider, but they just can't get around them. They've 16-3 called out. They've wiped yet another rally, so that's one more set of Mumbles.
And look at the amount of Raven getting close northeast.
Well,
Mumbles are really in trouble right now.
I am more interested on whether or not 16-3 can lead through, because that rally was the only thing that was protecting the radio. And there's only Keith. Keith goes down to 16-3. 16-3 and Lola pushing in on the radio now in the south.
Of Oru right now.
Is that enemy barrage? Yeah, it must be
that's Mumble's barrage.
Mumble barrage that's coming in across the north edge of Oru Village.
That's gonna get that hab down and may take a few Raven with it as well.
16-3 and Lola going a bit of an odd way towards the radio. But look at how many Mumbles are south of the road.
Okay.
16-3 now has a clear line to get across onto the radio. And both whose squad's this? Bilbo, Fazu, they're all pushing in. Why is there a call out for the match ending?
I have no clue. Lieutenant,
what is happening?
Yeah,
Anyways.
the barrage about to hit right now on the north, but it may actually take out more Mumbles than Raven.
Well, it is going. Bilbo, Minch, Fazu, Lawler, all playing against just Keith on this south edge. Keith goes down to Bull Machine. 16-3 now has the south edge. This is the radio. This is Mumble's only radio on the map going down on this south edge. Mumbles can't cross the road because of this half squad. 16-3 getting a little bit aggressive, overly aggressive maybe, and getting onto the double dig now on the hab. So, all in all, look at how many Mumbles are dead on the ground. They are. Just, what's the ticket?
They're just waiting.
39 tickets. They're just going to give up. They're just waiting for the mass spawn.
In terms of kills right now, 256 to 165 in terms of kills.
This is
Incaps 412 to 287, and revives 117 to 143. So the revives in very much Mumble's favor, as we saw in round 1.
But it's just not enough if they've got no pressure, and they've only got 35 tickets left. They are capping. The radio's going down as well. There's no way the Mumbles will let them have those. They won't let them have those 60 tickets. They won't let them have the 60 tickets. So it's going to be a mass give up. I can feel it. It's going to happen.
They're doing a hot drop. 30 mil dropped a whole squad on the north side of Oru. They're
just looking to get as many tickets as they can before there's a mass give up. But there's no way. Lola and Existent now onto the hab. The radio's going to go down. Radio's going to drop. That'll be 14 tickets. Full squad on the south edge. Mumble's really struggling with that full Oru push.
And Thornmills are just doing circles right now.
And you've just got to remember that they...
Norwegian Andy is stuck.
But it's not going to matter. 23 tickets remain in this game. They're just trying to get as many kills as they can before the give-ups come. But this is really excellent play here from Raven. They just played they played wide. They got control of the edges and they just slowly boxed Mumbles in. And they got a really great pickup on a couple of the fobs. Mumble's reset fob being so far away, just unreal. Sicily now just hiding behind the thermal, waiting to see if they come out and try and reset that vehicle.
And after the start, you almost thought it was GG in favor of Mumbles with the control they had.
They had huge control. Raven lost a full Logi straight away. Oro Village goes neutral. 20 tickets left for the Mumbles. Sicily manages to get the kill. I think as Norwegian Andy comes out to try and reset the vehicle, but he goes down. Gunner's still in there. Enrage getting hit by the 30 mil. Enjoy, one of the only Mumbles remaining alive on this northern edge, just trying to come in, playing. Lawler might see him.
BTR is dead now, and
11
tickets left.
What
are the Mumbles doing? They just drove a Logi truck up. You have Luda, Warcry, Fawn. They dropped a radio. They're going for a YOLO fob.
I mean,
swear though, pushing is gonna see it.
They can't be going for a YOLO fob. They've only got 7 tickets left, and they're losing the cap.
I mean, they dropped the radio.
There you are.
0.
Yes.
136 tickets overall, and you can hear what that means to the Raven team.
Especially after that start.
Fantastic return from what was a very difficult game. We'll just switch off of that while the teams are not potentially showing their best side. But all in all, a great win. A great win from Raven. Really fantastic overall winners for this season.
What a final!
Absolutely,
what a final that was.
Oh,
back and forth. We had Raven in round 2. They had a tough start. They lost their Logi. Was supposed to go for Uru. They lost control of Uru, but Raven just fought back. They got behind Mumbles, and they kept on just pushing, throwing men at them.
Absolutely,
it worked.
You won't quite believe it, Django, but my computer is just in the process of potatoing again, so I've lost control of my stream.
Shit.
It is still going out there, so I'm just going to leave it on this note. Thank you so much for for watching the stream. It has been an absolute pleasure to bring to you this season of Squad Masters and this final, a really well fought final from both sides, and all in all, fantastic play from both teams. Mumbles the advantage in round 1, huge revives, managing to get the reset. Round 2, Raven taking away that reset play and then providing the additional pressure, just boxed them into a small corner, and that was about it, enveloping them and fishbowling around Oru Village. Your highlights of the match, JGango?
It had to be the two BTRs pushing the 40mm and the Scimitar, taking them out, and then getting wiped right after because both of them were injured. They just couldn't push out.
Yeah. I mean, all of it was really good. I love seeing matches like that because it's just fun to cast them. Stuff is happening all over the map. I think, I think Dark Cookie's delayed rush on the north won him loads of tickets early on. And I would have liked to have seen him being able to play that a bit more, but he was the only aggressive element of Mumbles that was kicking about, and they were winning tickets there, but maybe just squad hopping 1 or 2 players to his team would have let them take down that fob on the north, and it could be completely different. I have to say, one of my favourite moments was watching Raven drive into a well-known Mumbles strat and getting pre-fired and losing the Logi. Everybody watched that, and you could see it on chat. 15 minutes later, the GGs came through and all of that. So I think people had started to write off with a round 1 loss, but Raven being mentally strong enough and secure enough in their game that they could not only recover from the round 1 loss, recover from a really poor rollout, but come away with a 140 plus ticket win, or a 77 overall. That's pretty big. So congratulations to Raven. Very good and worthy victors of season 1 of Squad Masters. I hope that you will come along for season 2, which will soon be announced. We look forward to inviting all of the teams along and hopefully bringing together some high quality content and great matches. But for now, I'll leave it there. It's been a pleasure. I've been your caster, WeirdMadac.
And I've been the co-caster, JGango, or Gangster Gaming. And it's been a great one. Anything else, Madac?
No, I think that's it. We'll see you next time. Thank you again.